Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
I don't know if Sanzo is going to join. San, did you get the chance to look at the PR?
Uh, I
And
am doing it right now. Sorry. Do we, does it have does it produce a build?
what do you mean, OpenCollective?
No, 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 the PR.
It doesn't build because at the end of the build process seems to be hitting a wall with, I don't know if it's Iron Python. I looked at it 3 weeks ago, so I wouldn't remember, but it's hitting a wall somewhere. Biza, can you tell us where it's not building so far?
There
I
we
need to
go.
update pyRevit code because Python.net is not compatibility with pyRevit. They updated public IP.
Oh, it's a Python net build.
Python Python.net build is correctly. I run Python correctly and nlog correctly and I forget. I think all depends built by but main operate libs not built.
Okay. Let's see. Do we, I'm looking at the PR right now.
The build are on the Maps branch. Maybe is that the issue maybe? Action.
Update, actions. Okay, build products. Finally found it. So there's like a definition for import module. Git manage string. Oh, I see. It's okay. Let me try to build this on my machine today and see where these errors are coming from. It is in the runtime.
Yeah, it says C Python.
Yeah, and it's throwing errors about, I'm assuming these are Python net stuff. PyEval underscore get built-ins.
Build on own machine is very hard to get all dependencies and all.
Yeah,
uh,
okay. I can take a look at this today, see if I can figure it out. I wonder if we could use Python net that I'm using with Rhino. Okay.
I know that in the commands also there's a Sanzo did some comments regarding maybe using GitHub Nugget registry and split the build process. It's in here.
I will think about how to simplify the build later.
Yeah.
And I think we will need to drop support own build dependencies. I think need to use original DLLs from NuGet. But we can как это? Many problem will get many problem with other dependencies, others plugins, Revit plugins.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
change to origin libraries.
Unless, like you guys mentioned last time, unless using the IR repaxing, you can make one DLL for the whole thing.
So the one that Sanzo is saying that we can split the compilation of the dependencies in CI jobs of their own repositories, publish the NuGet packages, and then add those as pyRevit dependencies. The problem with those is that the reason that we're compiling these libraries is to be able to change the namespace and the name of the assembly and make it pyRevit specific. So like IronPython 3 gets compiled specifically for pyRevit and 2 gets compiled the same way. And he ends up being pyrevit.ironpython, whatever, the name of the assembly. So we can avoid the assembly conflicts. I feel like if you publish this on NuGet, somebody else ends up using it. And then we have the same problem again. So the goal of them, I guess, is to be very specific to this repository and being built inside of this. We should be able to build them.
We can add to NuGet in GitHub. In organization can create NuGet repository in GitHub.
Oh, I see. So it would be private?
I think will private, but I didn't use this.
Yeah, I've only worked for the public NuGet packages. I've never really published anything private and then try to figure out how it would be pulled into a build process. Because if it's private, then I'm assuming you have to provide some form of authentication to NuGet to be able to pull that package.
I sent link. Do you see any packages in my
Yeah, I see
account?
12 packages.
Yeah, I see. Yes. Can you download and
Well,
maybe
I'm assuming these are public packages. So if I go here, and then so I see the project. Okay. Yeah, so these are public NuGet packages.
okay.
I guess I'm not understanding what the problem is here. What are we trying to do?
I don't understand. Can you repeat?
Well, I'm not, I guess what I'm not understanding is that what the problem really is. What are we trying to do?
If I use NuGet package in CS project, don't need choosing library by path, and this will be automatically.
Okay, are you talking about Revit libraries?
No, dependencies.
Well, which
By
dependency?
Iron Python, Python net, and so on.
Yeah, so that's the problem. Like if you use the NuGet Iron Python in the build process, what you would get is an ironpython.dll in the pyRevit build folder. And when it gets loaded inside of Revit, if anybody else has a different version of IroPython, then we're going to have a conflict.
Uh,
I mean, in theory, it shouldn't be like this. But the reason that I started modifying these assembly names was because of that.
yes, yes. I know why do this, but it's so hard to compile this. On my machine, I compile this around 1 week maybe to create как там, environment. To create environment, I last around week to compile
Yeah.
this.
I mean, let me take a look at this. I don't exactly, it shouldn't be this complicated. Because as long as the submodules are updated, the only thing we probably have to change is to update the submodule to a different commit that's more recent and build that. The problems that you're getting is with PythonNet or with IronPython.
Yes. My, oh, main problem with this. Yes, yes.
Which one, PythonNet or IronPython?
Uh, and this, but I Python net not compatibility with PyRevit now because this library updated.
Okay, let me take a look at this because I work with pyRevit with PythonNet almost every day. So let me actually take a look at it and see why we can't compile it inside of pyRevit. I can take a look at
I
this.
sent latest build and this как там.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it from the branch that you have, the netcore branch that you have on your repo. Okay.
Runtime does not contain definition for pyeval get built-ins, definition for import module, and so on.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. I saw those error messages. Pyeval get string. I might the stuff that I'm using inside of pyRevit might be a little old because I know PythonNet changed, so I might have to make some changes to that. But I know PythonNet's API, so I can make those changes and make it build.
You make changes this and the internal methods to public, change to public. Yes?
Yeah, so I'll pull, I guess what's the proper way to do this? I'll pull your branch into pyRevit and I can make some adjustments to it, and then I'll send you a PR for your own one.
I get in original repository and then change. Not pull request and merge. This was change, all change. Rebase maybe.
Okay. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just send you some patches so you can apply it to your own branch. We'll figure that part out.
Hmm?
Let me look into the repo. We'll figure it out. We'll figure how to I'll make some changes and we'll figure out how to send those commits to your
In
board.
PyRevit Labs, in the new branch, PyRevit 5 maybe branch. Сейчас.
Yeah, I'm not gonna work in develop in pyRevit. I'll just pull it into a different, I usually make a branch with the PR number in it and I'll work in there. And then I think I can send you a PR for your,
I sent a link to new branch.
oh, I see. Okay, you made a new branch. Got it. Oh, Python net in Pyro. Okay.
And I wanted to update this repo, but and create and fix tests, but tests not work.
Okay. Okay. I think I know what to do.
Shall we go to another topic?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I think I know what the problem is here.
Okay. Maybe we can, there's only under and Bizo. Okay, so that won't be that many people, but
Yeah.
let me show the OpenCollective page maybe. Bizo saw it
It's a
already.
shame for this, and nobody else is here for the
That's
announcement.
okay. That's okay. That's because it's time to put in some cash. Everybody's leaving the room. Okay, so we have the OpenCollective tab, and in the OpenCollective, you can see that you have the news. I just created the event for today to get some news in there. I just created a bunch of tags or cards for people to be able to cash in, to put some support money in it. Created the event for today as well. So maybe what we can do next time, we can just get this tag, and get a link to that in social media and whatever for the next meeting as well. Like
Okay.
referring to that place instead, so that people, whenever they want to go to the event, they can just go to that page to get a proper pipeline of communication.
Okay, so should I announce that we're gonna do this instead of Patreon and ask people to move to this one?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay.
I think we're good to go for that. And then we can see our ugly faces in there. If somebody wants to see to get some of his face in there, that's fine. Just make sure that you at least bring in some code in pyRevit. I mean, we didn't discuss that, but how do you feel like what's the contribute? I see the French word, so that's why I cannot say it, obviously. Contributing parties is considered to be like one person that adds some code or fix stuff in pyRevit repo and participate in the community, or do we have like some sort of limit? Do we want to put a limit to that, to add people to the group here?
I
What do
don't
you think about that?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. This
Yeah.
most probably what's gonna happen is that like the four of us or the more people that are sort of like part of the maintainers, they just have to do a little bit of hand holding for the people that want to help and
Yeah.
mentoring to kind of get to
Yeah.
yeah, like Python, the org works the same way. They have a mentorship mailing list that everybody that joins for the first time, they just mail there and they're like, hey, we can get started on this ticket and that ticket. And it's just a job of like reviewing PRs and stuff like that. So you're technically at this point like the release manager.
Okay.
Let's see what is going to the next release and looking at the PRs and stuff like that. I don't think there would be, I think we can get as much help as we can get.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And then this is nice. Thanks for everybody to help with getting this set up. Because now it's a little more official. We can go to bigger companies and say, hey, like,
Exactly.
one person.
Exactly. Yeah. Like next time I see a company asking for an IT security meeting like last time, we're gonna know what to
Okay.
do. Yeah, and so there's in the way OpenCollective works, and I didn't know about that. Esan told me, is that you get the organization level and then you get the project level, and the project is featured here in there, and that opens that page. And that page is just if ever we get a side project aside from pyRevit, but linked to the team, we can add it. Like let's say we make the website for the game cards for adding tools or whatever, we could make a separate project for that, so that if people feels more like pitching in this side of the project, that they could. And basically I put the same information pretty much in here. There's nothing special. For the general news and everything, I added it to the main page, to the pyRevit Labs only. And I wouldn't put too much activity in the news section in there, except maybe when we do a release. I'll just add notification there for the patrons. And that's pretty much it.
So one thing that was it's still a little confusing to me is just this hierarchy of
Yeah, me too.
things that the OpenCollective has. So like when you go to the OpenCollective page, it has the cards for the financial contributions.
Yeah.
And then you would go under pyRevit project page, and there's a different selection of those cards that has like
That's basically, those are the same, but I don't know how the money is split on the OpenCollective account. I'm guessing it's like a sub account to the main organization. That's what I'm guessing. I might ask to Grace about it.
Yeah, I think they all go into the same pot. It just gets tagged with where it is coming
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
We could just maybe get rid of the cards on the project page,
Well, let's do it.
unless, or maybe have the exact same cards there. Let me see. I'm looking at the admin page. You have probably looked at this more than I did, but I don't know if
I just changed, I added a few here and I
okay.
changed some description and titles, and that's it.
Okay,
But they're
let's see.
pretty interesting.
Where is the configuration for the cards?
You can just
On
go
here.
there from add a new one, and that will bring you where you can edit it.
Okay.
Sorry, it's still in French. I don't know why I set it
Oh
up.
no, you're fine. I'm looking at the page that on my own laptop in English. Okay, so there's a tiers page for pyRevit project, and there is another one for OpenCollective itself. Or maybe we get rid of the ones on the OpenCollective. I don't know.
I don't know. I would even tend to not create a project, just have the pyRevit Labs page.
Yeah.
That would make sense to me in a way, but I may just ask Grace if there's something specific about it, like not having a project in it, or if there's a purpose to it. Because what I noticed is that whenever I created the event, I also had the possibility to add some cards to it for sponsorship as well.
Oh, I see. So I could suggest that, hey, you
So
can.
that kind of makes sense for bigger organization, but for us, I'm not sure. It's just a bit overkill, maybe.
Mm,
And there you can still add the cards here and create tickets, which would be a way to get people to participate. I don't know. I may just ask Grace what she thinks about it, because she probably knows the different types of organization and sizes, mostly how they work with it. But my guts tell me that we should just keep the pyRevit Labs one, and that's it.
okay. It would be
Fine.
nice, yeah, it would be nice to get to a point that when somebody searches for like pyRevit Lab donation or whatever, it would land them to one page. So
Yeah.
they don't get confused.
That's yeah, we need one website and one landing page, that's for sure. And that maybe that brings me to the next point I wanted to discuss, is just the redirection of the docs as well. That's one
Okay.
thing. And the what you have with the website address that you bought, the pyRevit Labs one, do you have a hosting service attached to it or not?
Yeah, there's Namecheap, that is the hosting service.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is just like, how much space do you have on that?
Oh, it's not
There's no space at all.
there's no space. It's just a domain.
Okay, so that's just the domain. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
it's just the domain, and then we do have the hosting for Discourse. That's the only hosting that we have.
Okay.
But I have to look at the size and stuff about that. What do you want to host there?
Maybe just a one-pager website, just a landing page, actually.
Yeah, we can do that we can make that on GitHub.
Yeah, probably. I mean, with Hugo or whatever, it just doesn't really matter with what, but when you think on GitHub, you mean GitHub pages or?
Yeah, like a GitHub repo, like the way that docs work, or like my own personal blog works and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and you would do a redirect from pyRevit Labs main page to that GitHub page, right?
Yes, but GitHub does that automatically now.
Yeah.
Like the way we set up, because pyRevit is under pyRevit Labs now. So any repo that you make under pyRevit Labs is going to use that pyrevitlabs.io host name.
Okay, so if we have any pages built in any of the repos under pyRevit Labs, we should be able to have that landing page.
Yeah,
So we could make a separate repo for that then.
yeah, yeah. For a separate repo for the pyRevit homepage, that would do. Let me see. I'm looking at. I want to go to pyRevit repo and look at the page that we have under the settings. Pages. Yeah, see, it says like pyrevitlabs.github.io. And then I can add the custom domain of pyRevit Labs to this.
Yeah, because right now it's going to pyrevitlabs.github. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Docs.pyrevitlabs.io. So the thing that you said about docs, is that what you meant? That you want docs.pyrevitlabs.io to go to this repository?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want docs to go to the one we are building for the documentation, right?
Yeah.
But I think you tried already to map that address, right?
Well, I was fiddling with this when pyRevit was under my own name. And then it
Okay.
wouldn't work. It would get confused with my own ein.sh host name. Now that we have moved it, I think it should be easier to fix that. Let's see. Let's see if it.
So did you edit it under the settings pages in the pyRevit repo?
Yeah, setting pages, and then there's a custom domain.
Yeah, I see that.
And I have to add it there, and then go on the name server, add the entry that they want there, so you can confirm that I'm the owner.
We might be required maybe to fix a few things in the docs then, if there's some redirection in the docs. But let's see.
Okay, pyRevit labs.io manage. Yeah, we don't have a docs right now.
You don't have a subdomain right now, right?
Yeah, we don't have a subdomain, but I
Yeah,
can
that's
add
fine.
a redirect
That's why the DNS isn't working.
to docs.pyrevitlabs.io to go to this page for now until we fix that.
Let me share my screen so that it's more interactive for others.
Yeah, I need to. No, not there. Don't worry about it. In the let me show you here. Let me share a screen for a
Okay.
second. Desktop. So it's here. It's in Namecheap, the host.
I know that you need to create the
Yes,
subdomain too.
I did the
Yeah.
docs.io and rerouted it there. And then here I have to put just pyRevit labs.io. Save this. And then I have to go and add those, but this is probably gonna fail. But I have to go and add the entry that they want there. There's something that I have to add in here. Where's the advanced one? Advanced DNS. Like we did the same CNAME record for the Discourse hosting. So the forum can be used with that. Okay, I'll fix this.
Okay.
I'll fix it. I have to go read this and grab
But
this.
for the because right now you're in the repo for pyRevit, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna pick up the docs one because it's being built in the pages. Okay. So if we want to make another one, what I'm not sure I'm getting at is that the domain name, the custom domain name needs to be the subdomain, right? It should be docs.pyrevit.io.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the easiest way that I've done it so far is not to use the GitHub stuff, not to
Yeah,
use this, and just go here and reroute whatever subdomain that I have, redirect it to whatever URL that we have,
yeah.
which is it's the easiest to me to sort of like understand. I'm not quite sure if I understand what GitHub actually is doing here.
Maybe it's doing it the other way around.
Yeah, I think it's got its own DNSs that adds this to it. I don't exactly know because the original is here.
Because right now it's not working whenever I'm trying the docs.pyrevitlabs.io.
Well, that would take a little bit for this DNS to update.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But this one you added it a long time ago, right?
No, I just added this one right.
Okay, you
We
just
have the
added.
dev docs. Like
Okay.
this would work. Yeah, dev docs goes straight.
Yeah, that works.
So soon docs should go straight to that GitHub page, to this page.
Yeah.
But then if we do like pyroLabs.io, this would be the site for it, which I don't think we want.
No, that's not the one we want. Here we want the docs.pyrevitlabs.io.
Yeah. So this we have to do on the
A separate repo.
Yeah, the single page repo. That's we have to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I've checked for that. I've checked. I know there's Hugo, there's Jekyll stuff, whatever, to do the single page stuff
Okay.
fairly easily. I also checked there's a Anton Damen, which developed the Revitron. I don't know if you remember that. That's an extension for pyRevit, plus a separate library. And he also made Automad. Automad is one of his repo, and that's basically like Hugo, I would say.
Yeah.
It's his own version of it, and it's pretty nice, pretty simple.
Yeah, this is documentation page for him. That's with
but
Sphinx.
For the documentation page it is, but for his own web page, or if you go on his name, if you just go under his username, you'll find Automad. You can say Automad Dark. Yeah, Automad, the first one. And he has a few templates and everything. And that's
nice.
fairly neat, very simple, fairly neat.
Yeah.
And there's localization also in it, built in. I've tried it on one of my subdomain, and I kind of liked it.
That's nice.
I would suggest we could try that one. It just because it's the guy did some work in pyRevit or attached to pyRevit, so it kind of feel right to do it with it. Return the favor.
Flat file content management system and template engine. That's nice.
I wouldn't build anything complicated. Like it would be probably a one pager to me. It doesn't feel right to do anything else than just like 4, 5, 6 icons pointing to the dev docs and one text explaining what's the project about and how to back it up and whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, kind of
not,
like the pyRevit's about window. If you have something like that that has a logo and a bunch of links
yeah,
to the
that's enough.
resources,
Yeah,
that's good.
no,
And
that's
then
plenty.
we can put some JavaScript code in there that pulls the latest builds or something
The
like that.
release,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. So I can work on that. I've looked at it a bit already. I can make a separate repo for that and make it built. That would be easier. And but just the only thing is just the hosting because it requires some sort of hosting. I could put it on my own, maybe, but I'm not sure the traffic would handle it, the level of traffic of my hosting service. Or we could, if we keep it on GitHub pages, there's no issue, right?
No, GitHub will
Shouldn't
host
be an
them for
issue.
you. I think I would say let's go in that direction because it's just less things to manage.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, one discussion. Yeah, you didn't set up the OnePass or whatever
No, so
Bitwarden.
I looked at the OnePass. I looked at the OnePass and it costs money, first of all.
Yeah.
And then it has what the thing that I wanted to kind of like talk to everybody here and you is that I can just make a Notion page that has all these user and passwords in there, and we'll share it with whoever the contributor. That's one way. I know
That's
it's
not
not the best.
safe at all. Not
Yeah,
safe.
I know it's not the best, but the only other way is that we need two things from this password service. One is to be able to share a single password. Like OnePassword is really nice with that. Every time at McNeil I want to access something, I ask Dan, and he shares that one-time password with me, that single one with a link, and it's great. And then
Yeah.
the other one is two-factor authentication.
Yeah, that's
So
the
it would
painful part.
have something in there, so it wouldn't need the app that I have on my phone to do the 2FA. I'm totally okay with just paying for OnePassword and be done with it.
We can
But
create 2 accounts and give admin rights. But the one password is not correct, I think, for security. I need this. I think need separately for это. We can create own account and use this.
you mean on OnePassword?
No. We can create это, own account, self account. I know. I do not self account. I mean,
Personal account.
In the platform give admin rights to administrate. But I think one password to all people is better idea for security.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, if there's anyone that is compromised somehow, it's just gonna be a pain to fix afterwards.
Well, normally I feel like Jean-Marc, you're the person who generally wants to have access to all this stuff. Because most of the things you don't really touch them. Like Discourse, I haven't touched it
Yeah,
in years, right?
yeah, there's nothing.
Most of it is completely,
Probably that would be like the name chip one
yeah.
with password. The YouTube, it's okay. The Notion, it's okay. The GitHub, it's okay. So that's yeah. So maybe what we could do is just you could share it. I don't know. I'm using Dashlane and I have an account, a professional account with Dashlane, and you could share it. I don't know.
Dashlane,
Yeah, I don't know if the free version allows you to
let's see
share
one.
anything, but if I was the one to share, I could share it with you, but it's not this way.
Okay. So I'm
Uh,
looking at the family plans they have. 5 family members. Or do you have the individual?
I have the business one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
With
it's
that,
under my company, so I'm
okay.
not in control. I'm in control of the all the passwords in the personal side of the storage. That's it. Just looking if there's some sort of sharing.
Does it have two-factor authentication?
In the professional version, yes.
I don't see 2FA in there under the list of stuff that they have listed on Dashlane. Unlimited devices, unlimited password, and the passkeys, secure sharing, dark web, VPN.
They have it. They have it.
They have it?
Yeah. If you look on the page of the pricing for 2FA, they have it for everyone. And to me, it doesn't matter whatever version we could use any.
Okay. So
it's Bitwarden, if it's OnePass, LastPass, whatever.
what if we just get a premium account, like an individual premium account from any of these two, and just have all the passwords in there? Because what I'm thinking is that you don't really need to share those passwords a lot.
Yeah, but if there's no the login process would be painful because you would need the 2FA to log into Dashlane, to log into whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyway, and there's would be also the issue of the IP address, probably, because my IP is way different from yours, so that means that it would guess that we're not in the same country, so that would be a security risk, so that you would get like notification and whatever whenever somebody is trying to log in. So I'm not sure it's gonna work this way.
Okay.
I mean, we can still think about it. There's no urgency.
Well, I kind of want to get on with this and, you know, get it done. But let's talk about the prices. Like, the business plans are $8 per seat per month.
No,
So
that's too expensive for that.
yeah, that's for the business. And the one password is about the same, $8 per user per month for the business.
Yeah.
So we could get away, I feel like, with family plan. That's about $5 per month, and that's one account, and you can have 5 family members.
Makes
But it
sense.
probably still has the same problem that you're talking about, that there's one person that logs in, maybe.
But if you guys have a look at Bitwarden, it's much cheaper because
Yeah.
the premium is one USD per month, and the family plan is 3.3 USD per month for 6 users.
I don't
Which
know how
one?
much you can
And
share.
yeah, and you can also, if you want, make it self-hosted, and it will be free. So it also has an open source version. This is the Bitwarden is the same. It uses the same integration, the same applications on the phone, the same browser integration, but you can point it to your self-hosted version as well, and it can be completely free if you have the hosting environment for it.
Is it Bitwarden that you're talking about?
Yeah. It's Bitwarden, and the open source version is the Bitwarden.
It's actually free for sharing votes or passwords. It says
but in the free version you can't share
users to collections.
Yeah. But if you want to manage a team, you will need to have the premium version, I think. But it's for the cloud hosted. It's when they are hosting it for you. But if you are hosting it for yourself, it's free. But we can also go a much simpler way if you want to use, let's say, a KeePass database. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
I
think you have an account, Isan.
Yeah, I do have a KeePass account. I haven't logged into it in years.
Me too. I think I did log in once just because I saw that you and Gita Ariko got an account.
We had it. I mean, we used it. We used it for different things back then, but then it kind of fell off the radar. Okay, so this Bitwarden it's got everything. Seems like it's got two-step login.
Yeah.
Authentication app. It's got.
And we can work with the free version for now. Actually, there's 2 people sharing 2 votes, so we can make it work for now to have at least a little bit of redundancy.
Yeah. Okay. Get started today. Let's do it.
Okay. Good.
Okay, I'll get this set up and send it your way. I gotta move the accounts one by one because I have to figure out how to, like, for example, Namecheap has my own personal domain in there too. So I
Yeah.
gotta figure out how I'll put the stuff in there, but we eventually have to figure out how to separate these two from each other. Okay.
Okay. The only thing we didn't talk about is just a small question. One of the issue that popped out was the pyRevit CLI. There's supposed to have a commit switch support, but it doesn't seem to work properly. I don't know if you have any memory of that, if it's fully implemented.
I don't think it is. It's meant to check out a different tag or commit or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
know
it
the branch is working, the branching one, but because I've been using it quite extensively, but the commit one, I don't think it works.
Okay, let me see.
I have no idea how it was implemented. I've never looked at the
Yeah,
code.
I think we already touched this issue a month ago, and it mentioned in the code itself that it's not yet implemented. So I checked, at least for because there is an option to change the actual version of pyRevit itself. It should use the same mechanism as the commit switching, I guess, but it's not finished yet.
Okay, I'm looking at the code, signed, report, help, check. Oh, it's in the CLI.
I never took the time to look at the structure of the code of the CLI. Just
It's a mess.
Good. I didn't waste my time then.
It's a mess like the rest of the engine. I know I was still learning how to write C# when I was working on these, and I was so confused. It's like too complicated of a language at that point.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am now.
And forward switch. Okay. Main. Oh. Switch attachment, clone name Revit year. Oh, so we can switch to a different clone. I see. pyRevit CLI clone command, switch attachment. It says get the registered clone. Try parse at the Revit year. Attachment engine, if it's not attached, cannot determine attachment engine. It seems like it is implemented. But it probably doesn't work for whatever reason. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the list of stuff to check out today.
It's kind of it's not like one of the main issues, but if you want to prioritize, I don't think it's
Would be
one
handy to make it work.
priority.
Okay, I need to go to another meeting. The
Yeah,
testing
me too.
that's going on.
Me too. So same place, 1 month.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. I
Thank
know
you.
not a whole lot of people are here, but this is for everybody that looks at this video and watches this video later. Thank you everybody for all the 10 years. pyRevit is public now as more than ever. Thanks to Jean-Marc for the past 2-3 years of running this whole show while I was busy and working with Rhino and everything else. And hopefully it would be a new era for Python Revit tools.
But thanks. Bye-bye. Have a nice one.
Thank you. Ciao.
Bye.